these are the past few days have been certainly extraordinary circumstances for many reasons, but primarily because a young man's life, Jonathan Butler, his life was at stake. And that was real for our student athletes. That was real for our young men who compete on our football field, who maybe have never, ever dealt with that. And so our student athletes, they decided to get involved, and quite frankly, simply, we supported them. Coach Pinkel and I and others, we met with them. We listened to the team. We heard from our student athletes. We supported them. And I think it's important to know during those discussions, there was never any talk about anybody losing their job. It was simply and primarily about a young man's life. I think all of us in this room believe that this is not a sports issue, that this is a societal issue. And it's certainly not unique to this great institution. And yes, this great institution, our athletics program is not perfect. I also understand that you wouldn't be here today if our football student athletes didn't decide to get involved.
You've stressed that there was no talk of anyone losing his job, but the statement that was tweeted out by your players specifically said, "We will no longer participate in football-related activities until President Tim Wolf resigns or is removed." How do we justify those two statements?
Well, first of all, my standpoint is my players called me and told me they were going to go over on campus that day, and they asked me if it was okay to do that. And my players those guys are real good leaders, and they want to get more involved with the campus. And I think that's positive. I think that's a positive environment to have. And then I got a call later that night about Jonathan. Guys were very, very emotional, and they were very, very concerned with his life. And then at that time, they were discussing, with me what they plan on doing this weekend. And we went back and forth, and I kept asking them, "Is it the right thing to do? I mean, should you wait?" and so on and so forth. And they, I'm talking to guys that have tears in their eye and they're crying. And they asked me if I'd support them, and I said I would. I didn't look at consequences. That wasn't about it at the time. It was about helping my players and supporting my players when they needed me. And I did the right thing, and I would do it again.